Hello everyone. It appears that we have some floating Mora Tapanella that we're going to fix. Luckily it is just a simple conflict resolution. As we can see here, the mushrooms appear to be floating on the end of the log. What happens is this is a mesh and texture mismatch. Flora respawn fix puts the mesh back to the vanilla mesh, which kind of has a flare up on this end of the log that the mushrooms are sitting on, but then it uses Skyrim 3D trees texture, which is a long flat log. So luckily this is an easy fix, just a simple conflict resolution where we're going to make a patch to still use the Skyrim 3D trees mesh and the Flora respawn fix script. So we'll go out of game here real quick. And first thing we're going to do here is run xedit. We're going to select none because there's no need to load up the whole load order, as we only want Skyrim 3D trees and Flora respawn fix. So we only select those two mods and then our two plugins and select OK. Wait for it to load up here. Now we could just copy the Skyrim 3D meshes into Flora respawn fix, but in this case I think it's best to make a separate plugin patch for this. So in the left pane, as you saw, all I did was I expanded the Flora respawn fix and then expanded the Flora. Click on the first red record here, and what we're going to do is in the top header of Flora respawn fix, going to right click and then choose copy as override into. Now we want this to be a ESP style, not an ESM or es.esm or .esl. So what we're going to do is simply select the new file .esp with the ESL flag. No need for it to take up a load order spot. So we just select that, click OK. Now it's going to ask us for a name the first time we do this, and we'll call it Skyrim 3D trees Flora respawn patch. And as we can see, our new plugin is now here at the end, and it matches the Flora respawn fix plugin, but we want the Skyrim 3D trees info in. First thing we're going to copy over is the object bounds. Now as you saw, I clicked on the top header object bounds, left click, hold, drag and drop, and we'll do the same for the model. Left click, hold, drag and drop. Alright, now we'll move on to the next one. So it's right click, copy as override into. Now we can see that it comes up here with our new plugin available to be added to. We can click the checkbox and then click OK, and it'll add it in. And we do the same thing, we just drag and drop those records over and move on to the next one. Right click, copy as override into. Now this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click our new plugin and it'll bring it up a little bit quicker that way. Alright, I'm just going to work my way through here, and we're going to do each one like this. whoops, as you saw there, I clicked the wrong thing. We do not want to copy it as a deep override. We just want a simple override. So I just hit cancel and we'll try it again. As you can see, it starts to go quick once you get the hang of it. Won't take too awful long to do this whole patch up. Now, just to show, you can do, instead of doing the full header, which copies the entire thing over, we could do piece by piece and just copy each one over as we go. And here I would have to do edit or remove there. So, but it's much faster to just do the whole header, as we can see here. Whoops, don't want to do that. I almost put it into Flora respawn fix. Now, every now and again, you're going to want to use the hamburger up here. Click on save. Make sure that the Skyrim 3D Trees Flora respawn patch is the only mod showing. If there's another mod showing, then exit out without saving and start over. That's why we're going to save every now and again. So here, I will make a mistake and show you how to fix this. So we can see that I forgot to copy it as an override into our new plugin. So from here, now that I know that I made a mistake, I'll show you what it looks like when we go to save here. So we go to save and it shows Flora respawn fix is needed saving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck it and only save the new plugin and then click OK. Now, problem is though, it still keeps our same mistake that we made and it does not redo. So let me do one more here. I'll show you how to fix that. There. Now the next record is correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out. I'm going to uncheck Flora respawn fix so that it does not save that plugin. Then click OK. Now we're going to restart Xedit and do the same thing by only selecting the two mods that we are patching here. So we want that one and we want that one. Whoops. Actually, I forgot to load in our new plugin as well. So we're going to exit back out again and try again here. It's okay if you make mistakes, they're always fixable. Worst comes to worst, you have to start over from the beginning. There we go. Got it that time. Okay. And now let's go ahead and load that up. Again, we're going to go back to the Flora respawn fix. And as we can see, all the records we fixed are already there. Here's the one that I goofed up on. So now let's go ahead and do it correctly. And even though I goofed up, everything's okay. And we shall just keep moving down the line here. We could go through and simply only fix the more tapanella that is floating, but since we're here and it's a fairly simple process if tedious, we shall just go ahead and patch the entire mod. I wish I could have music playing in the background. Normally I do while I'm doing this sort of thing, but unfortunately I've been running into some copyright issues with YouTube. So I could go through my library and set up a playlist of only old stuff that is no longer copyrighted. But I'm kind of lazy and have not done that, so unfortunately we do not have music playing in the background to keep us company. Okay, here's the first more tapanella that has put us here to fix this. I'll show you what the issue is. We can see that Skyrim 3D Trees changes the mesh of the more tapanella here to S3D Trees Tree Pine Forest Log 01 Mushroom, whereas the vanilla is Tree Pine Forest Log 01 Mushroom. As I say, putting this original back in place, it has sort of a, I was wondering if there was a preview, but there's not, a flare up on the end where the log is, where the roots were. And the mushrooms sit on that, which gives you the appearance of floating. All right, we are making good time here. And it looks like we're just about done with the Flora section. We will go ahead and, as I say, since we're here creating a patch, we may as well patch the entire mod. Now what's happened here is the Gleam Blossom, of course, is added in by Dawnguard. So because of that, our patch will need Dawnguard as a master. So we will continue, and this will add Dawnguard as a master to our patch. If we go down here to our actual patch, we look at the file header, we can see that so far it only has 2 masters, Skyrim ESM and Dawnguard ESM. It is possible we could add Skyrim 3D trees and Flora respawn as masters to it, so that it can't be loaded without those two. But that's not a huge deal, so we're not really going to worry about that. Now we'll expand out trees, and as you can see, we're almost done. Whoops, I missed one here. You see when I moved on, we're still red here, with green writing, which means we're close but not quite fully compatible. On this one also, tree data has changed. Skyrim 3D trees changed the leaf frequency, whatever that is, to 0.8. So we're going to want to keep that in place. So we just drag and drop that over as well. And just keep her rolling down the line here. This is the second time I've done this. I did it once to test in game, make sure everything works right. So I already know that we're going to get everything here is going to turn green. So we will have a fully compatible patch here when we're done. Alright, just thought about it's been a while since I saved, so we're going to do this. And since we only have our new plugin showing, we know we did not make any mistakes. Go ahead and save that and then move on. Pretty boring. Bunch of repetition here. It's all the same over and over and over. But as far as I know, this is the only way to do this and get it right. Alright, been a while since we saved, so let's go ahead and save again. Double check we've not made any mistakes. So we move on. Alright, just a few more left here. Then we'll go in game and take a peek and make sure that this fixes our issue. Even though, to be honest, I've already checked and I know that it does. Unfortunately, with the EMB and as many mods as I have, it takes... what'd I do wrong? Huh, that's weird. Ah, that's why. Because this is a Dragonborn item, we have to add Dragonborn as a master. So moving along again. Object bounds and mesh. Object bounds and mesh. I almost tried to put the vanilla back in. And final one here. Alrighty, and that's it. As we can see, Skyrim 3D trees and Flora respawn fix are now 100% compatible. We fixed all of our resolution. All of our conflicts have been resolved. So we exit out, make sure that our plugin is the only one listed, and we are good to go. Alrighty, now it's going to be an overwrite, so we want to create a mod out of it. And we'll call it the same thing. Skyrim 3D, trees, Flora respawn fix patch. Okay, and we select that here. And as we can see, here is our new ESL flagged plugin. Doesn't really matter where in the load order you put it, as long as it is below both. We'll just put it just above the bash patch. It's good to go as long as it is below both Skyrim 3D trees and Flora respawn. And in the left pane, we're going to match the same spot. Whoops. Scroll our way on up and put it just above the bash patch. Alright, as I say, it takes a minute for the game to start up for me with 641 mods and 467 plugins plus the EMB and shader cache and all that yada yada yada. So we'll give it a minute and then take a peek at it. If I were better at editing, I would edit this part out for you, but I'm really not good at editing yet, so is what it is. Alright, now we just have to wait for the game to load up all the mods into memory. Okay, looks like we're loaded up here. Oh, I hadn't saved yet since this change has been made. You can see my earlier patch. I called it 3D Trees Flora Respawn Patch and took it out, but we have the new patch in place, so. I swear we're not stuck here. Here we go, we're finally in game. Alright, and if we take a look, no more floating mushrooms. That is fixed. The more toponella on this log is actually somewhere right in here. I already harvested it. Alright, let's get that taken care of. Go ahead and save at this point. And as we can see, this was a fairly simple conflict resolution to do. Some can get a little more complex, and some you'll never get completely green. Reason for that is one mod makes a change, another mod makes it back to vanilla, a third mod makes a second change different from the first mod, and then the last mod puts it back to vanilla again. If you go in, you can only resolve one of the two conflicts. Let's see, I'll go ahead and show that real quick. May as well. Oh, wrong X edit. I don't want that one. Give me a moment. Let's exit out without loading. And I'll use Xedit Quick Show Conflicts. This takes a second to load, but this is worth showing. So just bear with. What this version of Xedit does is it's going to run the filter to show conflicts as soon as it gets the background loader done, which it's doing now. As you can see, it's started applying filter. So it's filtering for conflicts for us, and that's all that's going to show up is things that are conflicted. We could have done this when we started patching, and it would have only showed the conflicted records, but I kind of like to see everything when I'm patching. I find this most useful when you're just checking for different conflicts. Okay, here we go. Now let's go ahead and we will take a look at 3D trees again, since this is the one we're looking at. As we can see, there is no Flora. That's been fixed. And there is no trees shown as having conflicts because that's been fixed. So let's take a look at ingestibles here. Okay, if we were to try to fix the resolution do a full conflict resolution on this one, we would not be able to. We'll go ahead and do a quick simple one real quick here, just to show you what'll happen. So we can see our new plugin is down here, and okay, so now as we can see, let me make a little more room here so we can see more. Okay, now as we can see, Skyrim ESM has the object bounds as 0. 3D trees gives it an object bounds. R&D gives it a different object bounds. Cooking in Skyrim gives it the same as R&D. Then this patch is already available for 3D trees, and Cooking in Skyrim puts it to the 3D trees object bounds. So if we tried to conflict resolution this, we would be unable to. We could put it back to vanilla, we still have the same issue. We put it back here, we still have the same issue. Problem is, this mod changes vanilla differently than this mod changes vanilla, and there is no way to resolve that conflict 100%. Here, you saw me move the keyword R&D spoilage over. This one we can fix the conflict on completely. Again, here with the effect data value, we're unable to fix the conflict resolution completely because we have a vanilla number, mod 1 number, and mod 2 number, and all three are different. So you can only pick which one you think is best. Again, here we have the R&D effects, we have the Cooking in Skyrim effects, and again, there's no way to fix this completely because there are three different resolutions. Now we could try to add a set in, and let's see what happens when we do that. And if we put the R&D food eat snack, put that one in, and then add that one there, we still do not have a full conflict resolution on this. There is no way to get this back correctly. We can even add another effect and pull the restore health one in. Even if we put that one in, we can still see that here in this row there is a conflict that we are unable to fix completely. Add a third one, and if we put this one in, whoops, gotta do that one there. Even though we have all the same effects here, this one row is different in three different ways. So this module will never be able to get to a full resolution on. Let's find something else here just to peek at. If we looked at coins of Tamriel leveled items, no, we can fix most of those. And here. This one I think you might actually be able to fix. Nope. If we look at this world height data, we have a number of different options here. Original has nothing. Majestic Mountains set it at one number. Realistic Water 2 gives the height data as a different number, and so on and so forth. So this one record you will never be able to get the conflict perfect on. Same thing here, but of course on this one we have river water flow southeast. River water flow is done in update without a direction. USEP keeps the update one. Majestic Mountains keeps the update, and Realistic Water 2 changes it to something completely different. But again, here we have three separate settings, so you'll never be able to fix that resolution. Okay, that's it. Exit out and not save anything here. Alright, just a quick overview on conflict resolution there. Got off on a little bit of a tangent, sorry about that. But now our new patch is in place, and Skyrim 3D trees and Flora respawn are now completely patched and fully compatible. Alright, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching if you made it all the way to the end.